So I seen somewhere where you had said some of your most embarrassing moments on the court was you missing dunks, and you say you missed a lot of them. So talk about that, bro. Cause like you said, bro, you 6'7". So was you trying to was the missed dunks from you trying to dunk on somebody or what? Like talk about that, cause I'm trying to understand.
Man,
Well, as you
I
got
remember
older, you
one.
lost your balance, or what happened?
I remember one time. Man, I remember one time specifically, bro. They had it was so crazy because they had the ESPN. I don't know if they still have it, but the ESPN not top 10, like the not so top
You're
10. They used to
right.
have that back in the day.
Right. Hey, what's up, Locker Room family? My name is Rodney Cooper, and I'm the host of Locker Room Talk with Coop. I got another great guest that's coming on the show for you guys. I got my guy, my brother, one of Alabama greats, Kennedy Winston, coming on the show. Me and Kennedy, we had a great conversation. We talked about his story, the reality of collegiate sports and the pros. We talked about the legendary run to the Elite Eight in 2004, and we also talked about funny moments during his time at Bama and a lot more. So, guys, make sure that you guys like, comment, share this video with somebody you think will enjoy it. Hit that subscribe button and also hit that post notification bell beside the subscribe button so that when we roll these episodes out, you guys will get notified. So I hope you guys enjoy the show. So check it out. So we got my big homie, one of Alabama greats, Kennedy Winston on the show. What's up, family? Welcome to the show.
Was good, man. Appreciate you having me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I was just looking at your story, bro. So I definitely got a lot of questions. I definitely wish I could have got this game, when I was going through this process. But it definitely gonna help a lot of young people out here. So I got a couple questions for you now. So we go hop into it.
All right, no problem.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So let's jump right into it, bro. So let the people know your story. Being a kid from Pritchard, Alabama, playing high school ball at Maddie Thomas Blunt High School up to the point you decided to play for the University of Alabama.
Man, it was great, man. I come from inner city, just like
Yep.
a lot of young athletes, and um, fortunate to work on my game and get it to the point where I was able to earn a scholarship, to University of Alabama.
Mm.
Well, up there it taught you, when you go to college, you leave your home, you gotta playing ball is one thing, but you gotta learn how to be a man as well.
Facts.
You gotta
Yeah.
learn, you gotta learn responsibility. You're accountable. You learn accountability real
Mm.
fast.
Right. Right.
So, all this, my time up there was really great. I grew in a lot of areas
Mm.
that I didn't know about prior to going to school,
Right.
and it helped me throughout the rest of my life to this point.
Mm. Dope. Dope. So I know with you coming out of high school, you was Mr. Alabama and Gatorade State Player of the Year. So what was your top five schools coming out of school? Because I saw you had committed, to the University of California, but you decided to choose Bama, to get close to your mom because she was ill. So who
Mhm.
was your top five coming out?
My top five was it was Cal, Alabama, Cincinnati,
Mm.
um, and what's the other school? Miami, Florida, Miami Hurricanes,
Yep. Yep.
and what was the other school? I want to say North Carolina. I like North Carolina.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, you been from Pritchard. You wanted to go all the way to Cal?
Yeah, man, it was the thing behind that was I went out there on my visit,
Yeah.
and I saw the opportunity. Like, my thing was I was trying to set myself up for the best position to
Yeah.
get to the league.
Right. Right.
So when I went out there to that to on my visit, talking to the coaches and numerous people out there
Right.
on that West Coast at the time, you got about 5 or 6 NBA teams that's right there. They're gonna
Mm.
get to see you, on game to game basis.
Right. Right.
And at that time, I felt like the Pac-10 fitted my style of play a lot as well. A lot
Facts.
of running and gunning, getting
Yeah.
up and down. And at that time, SEC was kind of more hardcore, slow down,
Right.
slow
Right.
pace.
Throw it to the
So
big.
there was right,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
right. High post offense, all that.
Right. Yeah.
When I talked with the coach and all the coaches out there, it was kind of I was kind of convinced that that was the place for me to be, for the route I was
Mm.
trying to take at that
Right.
particular time. And then, like I said, it was, my mom ended up getting kind of sick there for a while, and
Mm.
I just had to kind of put things in perspective.
Right.
It meant a lot to me. I had to reevaluate things because uh, they came to a lot of my high school games. They used to watch me play, and
Right.
that
Right.
was that was I was the first one from our family to go to
Facts.
college and stuff
Yep.
like that.
Yep. That's
So
how it is. Yep.
right. So it wasn't just me. I had to think about. I had to bring them for the ride too. So I knew
Right.
going way out there, they weren't never gonna see me play, and
Fact.
the games on late night. You know what I mean? So I was like,
Yeah.
maybe this happened for a reason. Man, I need to reconsider. Going so far and just make it work a little closer. And that's when I reached back out to Coach Godfrey and see he
Mm.
had still have a scholarship for me.
Yeah, I know it's crazy because that's the same thing as far as why I chose Bama too. Because my parents, they older parent, but my mom, she's a type 2 diabetic, so she can't really get on the planes like that and go across the
Right,
country
right,
to watch the game. So it's like a 3 hour drive, so she can be able to do that. So I feel it
right.
definitely put things in perspective when you want your family to come see you play and stuff like that. So I'm
Most
with you.
definitely, most definitely.
So growing up, you always had that person, a group of people, like a OG, a family member, a coach, somebody like that they see something in you and they speak that belief in you into you to be great and keep going. So who was
Right.
that person or group of people that spoke that belief into you to be great?
Like I was saying, man, I was fortunate enough to have I say just off the top of my head, a good 5, 6 people that
Mm,
with me throughout just growing up, man. A couple of my best friends, like cousin, man, my cousin that we like brothers.
yep.
Uh, my grandparents always supported me. My mom
Mm,
supported me.
yep.
Uh, and they always, growing up in you know, drug areas, stuff
Right.
like that.
Yep. Yep.
Um, it's hard, man. It's hard. It's
Mm,
hard. No, but nobody really makes it out to, especially go to Division One, to go to college at all. You know what I mean?
right.
And it's hard. It's so easy to get caught up in a lot of negative things.
Mm,
And they always kept me focused. That was going to be my way out, and to
right.
help others. Others that loved ones. Help them out as well. So I
Fact.
always looked at it that way. Like, man, I got to make this work. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I couldn't let the distractions get to me.
Mm. Yeah, and I definitely feel you on that. I know when I go and speak to, the young kids and stuff like that, I tell them, I come from a small town of, 550 people. One gas
Right.
station. I always joke around and say we got.
Right.
I always joke around and say we got Dollar General, so we expanding, we growing.
You're right.
But I say
That's right.
as a young man, if you stay down there, it's either a couple things gonna happen. You either go get into some trouble go find you.
Mhm.
You go sit at the gas station talking about what you did back in the day. I said, or you gonna end
Right.
up, working some type of plant job. I said, ain't nothing wrong with that. It just, I wanted to do something bigger with my life, and I wanted to show the kids that come after me, like I came from, the same environment, lack of resources, stuff like that. But I made it out, of you could do it too. So I know you had that same
It's
mindset
possible.
too. Yep, it's possible.
Yeah,
Yep,
it's possible. Yeah, no doubt.
yeah. So with you having all the accolades, coming out of high school, being the leader scorer your sophomore year and junior year at Bama, and you led the SEC in scoring your junior year. Coming out of high school, what was the biggest challenge for you making that transition from high school to college?
Man, it was more mental. It was more mental than physical. I want to say.
Mm, yeah.
I was fortunate enough to have a great high school coach that was he coached Division One players, even a couple of pro players
Okay.
before.
Yeah.
He was an older coach, uh, and he had me well prepared.
Mm,
Basketball wise, skill wise, and even as as a young man.
yeah.
I learned it's a lot that I give to him. I credit to him. I was fortunate to have that a lot
Right.
of players didn't have. When
Right.
I came in, I was well prepared, but now you're on your own still.
You're
You
right.
know what I
Yep.
mean?
Yep.
And getting up for class on time.
Thanks.
If you don't, you're accountable. You gotta get up and do punishment work.
Right.
You know
Right.
what I
And
mean?
that punishment included running.
Like, oh man,
Yeah.
man. I mean, like, man, I was this literally people don't know, man. I was this close to quitting and coming back home. Man, I come
I
to
keep
just
telling folks. I said people
oh
don't
man.
understand. I said, man, I feel like every athlete that got to that point where you be like, bro, is this really for me? You know what I mean? You get to, it's
Bro,
different.
I come now, like you said, I come in, at that point, I'm used to, kind of running my own show. You know
Bro,
what I mean?
we all been there.
I come
That
in,
preseason
yeah,
condition
man.
get real. That
Oh man, you coming out? I'm used to working hard. It wasn't that, but
right,
I kind of can move how I want to move. Now you
right.
telling me to be there? Okay, I got to be there at 6 in the morning. I show up 5 minutes late.
Yeah.
I gotta now come Monday,
right,
Saturday. I gotta get up at 5 in the morning
right,
and
right,
do this crazy stuff,
right.
man. Or if I'm 5 minutes late for class because I missed my parking spot or something like that. And by the time they come and check the class, if I ain't there,
yeah.
now they gonna mark me down as missing
Uh-huh.
class.
Yep.
Now I gotta get up there. Man, I was like, man, it got to the point, man, it happened to me probably 2 weeks straight. Well,
Yeah.
I couldn't get right, man. I just kept missing stuff late. I'm like, man, I can't do this, man. I
Right.
can't do this, man. But it made me grow up. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It made me grow up, man.
right.
Like, hey, I'm like, I go back home, what I'm gonna do? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
right, right. It ain't nothing to
You know
do.
what I mean?
It ain't nothing to do.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Right.
So I mean, I just got to get it together, man. And then the
Mm-hmm.
second part, I would say, the physical with the body. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I came into Bama. I think I was maybe 186, 180.
Yeah.
18 years old. Now you going against guys like Terrence Mead,
6,
that's
7, 180.
strongest
Golly, boy.
man.
I bet you were flying to high
Yeah.
school. I bet you were
Oh
flying.
yeah. I was 6'7", 180. You know what I mean? Athletic, can
yeah.
do everything.
Yeah.
So, but I learned quickly with just in the summer playing pickup ball.
Yep.
The guy like Terrence Mead that's 22, 23 years
Facts.
old,
Yeah. They grew
strong.
into his body. Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
yeah, right now I can jump high and run fast and all that, but he got the little tricks of the trade. He know how to
Facts.
bump me to
Yeah.
neutralize my athleticism.
right,
You know what I mean?
right.
So that was in itself. It took me a couple weeks to, like, damn, man, this kind of frustrating in itself. Like I
Yeah.
can't.
Facts.
I know, this stuff we're working on high school ain't working that right here.
right,
So you
facts.
get so you get the question in your game, like, damn, man, it's not good as I thought I was.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yep.
you got to factor in these dudes, juniors and seniors, they ain't just gonna
Yeah.
come lay down and let you take their position.
Right,
Like,
facts.
you want some, you gotta come in and take some. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Facts.
So I put it together. I said, you know what, man, I got to get physically stronger. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? In order to, especially playing the SEC, I got to get physically
Right.
stronger. So I just started putting extra work in.
Mm.
Outside of what what we had to do.
Right.
I stay an extra hour. I come back later on, like, because I
Mm.
knew I was behind in that area.
Right,
So
right.
once that started to catch up, the game started becoming a lot easier to me
Mm.
then.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I was able to keep excelling, you know what I mean?
Right. And that's dope too, because I'm glad you talked about too as far like, having an academic advisor at your class and stuff like that. Because people just think, once we get to college, they think it's sweet. They
Oh,
think we just hooping and that's
yeah,
it. Like we just living
yeah.
life. Nah, you gotta get to class, and
That
then
what people.
on the road, we got a test coming up or homework or something due. Project or something due. We got to get all that done on the road or before we get on the road. You know what I mean?
Bro, people do not understand.
They
Bro.
don't got a
Being
clue.
a athlete in college is one of the toughest things you can do in life, man. Because,
Thanks.
like you said, they think because you're a basketball player, star basketball, whatever, people just do your work. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Fact. Nah.
People do our work. You ain't got to do that. No, man.
Right.
Especially your freshman year.
Fact.
This is scary. To keep it in straight, this is scary.
Break it
Get up
down. Please break it
7
down. Because
o'clock
they
to
don't
go.
get it. Yep.
This gonna be the schedule. You're gonna wake up at 7 o'clock. You probably got an 8 o'clock class, early
Yep.
morning class. So
Facts.
you're gonna go to class from about 8 to 12.
Right.
12, you're gonna grab lunch.
Facts.
All right. Lunch, you may have an afternoon class, depending.
Right.
Let's say you don't have an afternoon class. By the time you get out of lunch, 1:30, 2 o'clock, you can go home and chill, maybe an hour. You got practice. You can't even chill. You really
Right.
gotta
You
go straight
can't
to
chill. Right.
practice because you got to practice at 3.
3
So you can't
facts.
come at 3.
Right.
You got to be taped and ready on the
Right.
floor.
Facts. Facts.
So you got to go straight
And then you
there
better be in
because
there
it's
30
gonna take you
minutes before
30
getting size up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So exactly. So you got to be taped, ready to go. When he blow that whistle, you got to be ready, warmed up and sweating already. Ain't no,
Facts.
I'm gonna get you warmed up. So you going straight from E straight to the gym,
Right.
because it's gonna take you 30 minutes to put your clothes. You're gonna talk
Facts.
and linger around. All right. After from 3 to 5:30, 6 o'clock, boom, you practicing. Then you may have to get a little treatment or something.
Right.
So
then you got to go to study hall.
after that, but then before we get to study hall, you're gonna go eat dinner. You're
Right.
gonna go
Right.
eat dinner from about 6 to 7.
Facts.
7 to 9, 7 to 10, you study.
Study hall,
You
right?
study hall.
And you got to do it all over again.
The next morning you got to where your life at? You
Right.
ain't got
Facts.
the luxury of going to no party. You ain't got the luxury of I'm gonna sleep in the morning. No, you ain't got that.
Facts.
You do that, it's gonna be a problem.
I'm glad you broke that down. If you try to live that lifestyle, trying to party and stuff like that, you ain't gonna have no sleep. You gonna be sluggish.
It's gonna
Or
show
if
up.
you
It's
do,
gonna show up in your play.
it's gonna compound. If you do start out strong, it go hit a head at some point.
Show.
It gonna show.
It's gonna show in your play. I promise you,
Right.
it's gonna show in your play.
Fact.
Like, you can't do it. Your whole day is booked. It's like it's booked. Every hour is already booked.
Right.
Like, lemon pepper. Yeah. Every your whole day is booked, man. That's what
it's a full-time job, man. People don't get it.
And hooping.
Right.
And then that's just during the school year. We ain't even touched on the summer.
Right. When you got weights, all that.
Yeah, we didn't get into the summer. Now the summer, it's gonna be 6 in the morning.
Facts.
You get a little bit more. It's the same. Now you working. This the summer schedule.
Right.
You get up at 6 in the morning. From 6 to 8, you working out. You got classes in the
class.
summer.
You got class, right?
Class from 8 to 12. 8 to 12. You gonna eat. In the afternoon, you coming back to hoop. You got pickup ball. You hooping from 3 to 5, 3 to 6.
Facts.
And then you may be able to chill after that. But it's a grind all year round. You're earning you earning all that scholarship. You earning all that.
People think it's sweet, man. But I said when they get you there, them smiles, all them smiles in the recruiting process. I said get real once they get you on campus.
Oh no, that's over.
It's over.
First now you think, dang man, this ain't what you told me when
right. I ain't signed up for this.
You just another player. Then and that's when it comes to the basketball side of it.
Yeah,
that's the difference between. I tell guys, like when you see somebody on, it's you can be quick to judge somebody watching somebody on TV. Like, oh man, he missed that layup. He's sorry.
Right.
It's you quick to critique. A professional athlete or a high level college athlete.
Right.
But what people don't understand is when you go into college, especially Alabama, a place like that. Everybody on that team was the man in high school.
Facts. Yep.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
So now you got to do something to stand out from that. It's levels. You know what I mean?
I always say, man, when you get to college, and then you start playing pickup and stuff like that, it's almost like you playing against your twin. Like somebody that just as tall as you, just as athletic as you, but what are you going to do to separate yourself? Like you got to figure out what your niche is on the team. You know what I mean? So you can't just go out there and just, I'm going to just bring the ball up, I'm going to do everything. Because everybody did that.
Everybody was the man on that team.
Facts.
So now, you can't blend. What you got to do to stand out. Now it's going to come down to the details. Who works the hardest? Who put that extra work in?
Right.
Who a little bit more talented than others? You know what I mean? Like you just can't come out pure talent and think you're gonna wheel your way through. That ain't gonna work.
It ain't gonna work at all. That's dope. So I think this part, man, is gonna really help, the younger generation and get a fan some insight too, because you had everything, bro. Like you could score at all 3 levels. Your sophomore year you was averaging 17, and that's when y'all went to the Elite 8. And then you had momentum your junior year, leading the conference in scoring, and you was projected to be, mid to late first round, but you went undrafted, which is crazy. But people don't understand, the business and politics of the game where you become professional, and then making sure you choose the right agency as well, because you want to make sure they had the right connects, because it's all about relationships at the end of the day. And then if you're not like a lottery pick and stuff like that, that stuff matters. So talk about that, bro.
Yeah, it's huge, man.
Yeah.
It's huge, man. That when you get into that, just touching on from my sophomore to junior improvement, I had, believe it or not, man, when I hurt my knee, I actually became a better basketball player.
Because you ain't relied on athleticism.
I was an athlete.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
I was an athlete that played. I was a great athlete that played basketball.
Right.
So now, when I don't have that athleticism, now I got to figure out. Now I got to use this.
Right.
I got to use my mind now. How can I still be effective?
Right.
And that's when I started putting my work in on my jumper, on my footwork, paying attention to details.
Yeah.
So that helped me. Become. So then when my athleticism started to come back somewhat, I was a whole different player.
Right, right,
So
right.
I was able to grow. I was able to make such a big jump because of that. And leading into, like I said, leading into after my junior year, it wasn't a bad decision to come out.
Yeah.
So like I said, I was a projected mid to late first round pick.
Right.
But this what the people don't. This what the that 17, 18-year-old don't understand at that point. Like
Facts.
you said, unless you a bona fide top five pick, it don't
Right.
matter who your agent is.
Right.
But
Right.
if you're not that, man, that game is all about relationships. Who know who? Like
Right. Facts.
that's like that NBA, man. That's like a fraternity, bro. Like
Facts.
they strong on, okay, you got this player, we're gonna give you this player, we're gonna drop this player. But
Mm.
what I mean? Like they make backdoor deals every day.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
stuff you don't even know about. We just see what come on TV. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
So I choose a guy that, and I could have went with any agent. They all don't wanted me, but I
Yeah.
choose a guy that that was kind of rock. I picked loyalty over a business decision.
Mm.
And you don't understand that it's a business. You thinking they just hooping. They gonna pick
Right.
me because I can hoop.
Facts.
No, that's a
It's a
business.
lot
They
more than that.
invested money in
Right.
you. It's
Right.
just like
Facts.
it's just like Apple. It's just like Tesla.
Facts.
They invested money into you.
Mm-hmm.
You're a product.
Right.
You're not just a basketball player. You're a
Right.
product.
It's all about what
So they
value you're
looking for a
giving.
return on their investment.
Facts. Yep.
Yeah, they looking for a return on their investment. They just giving money out just to be giving it. You know
Facts.
what I mean? So, as a 18-year-old kid, you don't understand that part of it, and that's why you gotta have great representation that can help you guide you through that part in the right way.
Facts.
My whole draft process wasn't handled properly because the guy I chose
Mm.
didn't know.
Right.
He thought just like I thought that it was easy to get drafted. He thought it was easy to be an agent.
Yeah.
And it wasn't.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
he didn't have really no experience at it. He didn't
Right.
really.
Right.
He knew how to run a business, but he really wasn't. He never had no experience at being an agent. He didn't
So
have
basically,
other high
basically,
level
you've been
players.
his biggest client.
Yeah, I was his first client.
Okay. Yeah.
He was trying to get into. He was trying to get into the business.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So
Dang, you really was putting
he was trying to get into
loyalty
the
over
business.
business for
So
real. God.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and it wasn't, you know what I mean? And it just being the type of person I am,
Right.
but
Facts. Yeah.
I'm like, man, he was rocking with me when
Facts.
nobody was,
Facts.
and now everybody coming out want to, jump on with
Yeah.
everything
Right.
sweet.
Right.
But you can't look at it like that, man. This going to be the biggest decision of your life. You know what
Right.
I mean? You can't look at it like that.
You gotta take
You
your
got to
feelings.
put
You gotta
yourself
take
in
your
there.
feelings out of it.
Yes, because you got to take it out of it, man. You got
Right.
to take it out of it because you got one shot at this. You
Mm-hmm.
got one shot to get drafted. Ain't no do overs. It ain't no comeback next year. You got once
Right.
you put your name in that hat, that's it.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
it.
Right. Right.
And that night changes. It don't matter. After that night right there, I learned so fast. After that night right there,
Yeah.
if you don't get drafted, it don't matter what you did beforehand. It's like they erase all of that. They don't even. It's like they don't even care, bro. It's like, yeah, this what they used to tell me stuff like this in like little mini camps I used to go to
Yeah.
after the draft. Oh yeah, we know you there. He says we know you're a great scorer and all that, but
Yeah.
we want to see you dive on the floor and put more hustle in it. Oh,
What?
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 Y'all want me to be something I'm not.
Right.
Y'all want me to
Right.
be. We want you to be a great defensive player. Like I don't think I'm my own defensive, but that's not what I was known. That's not
Facts.
what was had me projected first round.
Right.
You see what
Facts.
I'm saying? Now y'all want me to be something that just to get in the door, but that's
Right.
what they do. It don't matter what you did before. Like that's wiped away.
Right.
It's like
Right.
now you got to be somebody else just to get your foot in the door. Like
They want you to be.
it's
They want
crazy,
you to be
man.
one of them
It's
scrappy
crazy.
players with no skill set.
Yeah, exactly. I
Yeah.
gotta be that just to try to make the team, and then
Right.
maybe if I get the opportunity, I can show I can do something else. Like, what's the chances of that happening? You
Facts.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Right. Right. Right.
yeah, man. That's why you gotta make it. You got to make it count on that first go round, man. You
Mm.
got to make it count.
That's dope, man. That's dope. And for the young people that gonna be watching and listen to this, man, information is everything, but the most important thing is to take the information, apply the information. Because if you just get the information, you don't
For
utilize it.
sure.
I mean, what's the point? You feel me? So,
It's
so
worthless. Yeah, it's worthless. Yeah.
right, fact. So I remember when you and the OGs y'all had came play pickup against us. So I didn't really know who was out there. I was just out there hooping. So man, we did the
Right.
jump ball, and then I remember we guarded each other a few times, and man, it was
Mm-hmm.
early. It was early in pickup. I'm like, bro, this dude get to the money early. I like this dude here nice. Hey, but look, hey, but we got the win though. But I would say it was you and a couple of other guys, but definitely you for sure that stood out. And then like after when we went in the locker room and stuff like that, I was like, bro, who is dude? Like I know that Kate, but they went down your resume. I was like, yeah, that
Right.
makes sense. I like that makes sense. He's certified. He's certified for
Right.
sure.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember that. Yeah, I remember that. We played y'all like in a little alumni
yeah,
versus
in the
y'all
back
game. I
gym.
remember that. I
Yeah,
remember that.
yeah. We got the
Yeah,
dub though. You got dub, but
yeah,
you
the
got
back
busy
gym. I
though. You
remember
got.
that.
I
Yeah,
said he was going in his bag. I said
yeah.
I said he tough.
Yeah.
but so I seen somewhere where you had said some of your most embarrassing moments on the court was you missing dunks, and you said you missed a lot of them. So talk about that, bro. Cause like you said, bro, you 6'7". So was you trying to was the missed dunks from you trying to dunk on somebody or what? Like talk about that, cause I'm trying to understand.
Man,
Well, as you
I
got
remember
older, you
one.
lost your balance, or what happened?
I remember one time. Man, I remember one time. I remember one time specifically, bro. They had it was so crazy because they had the ESPN. I don't think no. I don't know if they still have it, but the ESPN not top 10, like not so top
You're
10. They used
right.
to have that back in the day. So
Right.
so Run still.
So
So
basically,
check so check it
you
out.
was on. So
Check it out. So
basically,
Run
you was
still.
on setting the food before setting the food.
Right. So so Run Run still penetrates. Break the
Yeah,
D down with Run was great at break the D down. I'm like on the low block. I'm like on the low block. So he just drop it out to me. So
yeah.
I go up out the vert. So I'm just trying to like punch it real quick. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right,
Just flush the net real quick. But
right.
I don't get high enough and I get caught right on top of the rim. Boom, and it throw me out the rim. I'm like, oh man. Like, oh man.
And that made
Man,
ESPN
oh
not
man, I'm
top
on
10.
ESPN, not top 10. Man, not top 10, man. It was crazy. I think it was number 2 or 3 too. It was high up there.
You went-
I was like, man, it was
Hey,
crazy,
that's crazy. I gotta
bro. It
find
was
that. I'm gonna see if
crazy.
I go
It
in the
was crazy.
archives, see if I can find that, bro. I'm gonna see if I can find that.
It's probably still there.
Right. Hey, so I know we got a group chat, man, where we all be, and having conversation stuff like that. So talk about Alabama basketball and Nate Oates and what you think about Coach Oates as a coach and the team this year.
Man, he been doing an outstanding job. Man, you
Yeah,
got to give credit when credit due.
right,
He since day one, he really came there and I ain't gonna say he changed the culture, more so got it back on track where it needed to be.
facts,
Because for some years now, man, it was all football and no basketball.
facts,
You know
facts.
what I mean? And I feel like he got it back to a level where, not just the outside world, but the Alabama people. That was what's most important. They respect
Right,
basketball again, just like they
right,
do football.
right.
So man, he definitely has got it back to a level, and he's doing an outstanding job. I hope to keep up a great job. And the
Mm,
guys this year they doing an outstanding job. Hopefully they can get in the tournament and make some noise like they did last year and just keep it
right.
going. But they all doing a great job, man. My hats off to them.
Right. And just to piggyback on what you're saying, bro, like I definitely agree with you. Like he's definitely doing a great job, and like you said, he getting the culture back to where it was and getting the fans more invested into it. But and then on top of that, like we've been ranked like most of the season. Like we've been up and down, but we had the number
Right.
one strength of schedule in the country. And then we're getting great recruits to come in. Then we getting a couple of guys, starting to get to the NBA and stuff like that. So we shoot a lot of threes. I will say we definitely shoot a lot of a lot of threes. But I
Right.
mean, like we talked about offline, if you're a bucket getter, that's a dream, offensive system to play in. You know what I mean? So I know too. We done won a lot of games, but a lot of them was like kind of like bad wins for the fans out there that really don't understand it. With me and K Winston, we understand like even though we win, we creating bad habits through those wins, and as a young player. if you really looking at it like, man, we still winning, but when them bad habits compound, when you get to the SC tournament, the NCAA tournament, like that stuff magnifies. So with Coach Oates, I know he talking about like defense
Yeah.
toward the end of the year because he understand like, even though we, scoring at a high clip, we need to be able to stop somebody too. So if you had that guy that's on the team that could echo, what Coach Oates saying, that the team respect, I think that'll be big too. So I'm definitely with you on that. He definitely bringing the culture back and making it fun to watch. It's definitely fun to watch when everybody hit threes. So, but sometimes you can be like, "Golly!" I remember that
Right.
Arkansas game; it was a little rough.
You're
It
right.
was a little rough.
Right.
Right.
But they not going in and
Right.
looking.
Thanks. So bro, so this don't have to be PG-13 now, so none of that. So I always talk about, man, the memories we always have are, the memories with our brothers, in the locker room, in the dorm, in the apartment. So what's a funny story or a couple of funny stories that you can share with the fans that the people don't know about? You ain't gotta go too crazy now. We're in a fraternity now, but some that some that you can share. Right.
Man,
Or you can hit me with a
man,
no
it was
comment. You
crazy,
can hit me with
man.
a
We
no
like
comment.
to what's crazy, man, with a lot of people, when we had like our little internal thing, man, our team, like I'd say probably half our team, we love to shoot dice.
Oh,
Like we had a lot of dice shooters. Bro, we had some, listen, bro, we had some epic dice games, bro. I mean, like up all night type dice games, bro.
That's that
Like,
Pritchard right there, bro. Hey, I
hey
remember.
man,
I remember at
man,
AAU,
we had
bro.
some nice games.
I remember at AAU, bro. So I played the Alabama Challenge. So now we had a good amount of Montgomery dudes on our team. So you already know, like they they with all the smoke.
Right.
So I ain't know how to shoot dice. So I'm asking a couple dudes, I'm like, man, how you shoot, man? So they showing me how to shoot. Bruh, when I say my shot was so janky, but I was hitting though. I was hitting, dog. I was hitting. And I remember our AU coach, he came in the room. He like, what y'all doing? And we were just sitting on the bed. We like, man, we just chilling, coach, watch TV. He said, nah, I know something ain't right. He walked around the room. He flipped the couch over, man. It was so many ones and fives and tens. Oh, man. It was crazy.
Man, bro.
Bruh, it was
Man, bro.
epic, though. Yeah, I'm with you
Man,
on it, yeah.
those were fun times, man. Those were fun times, bro.
Right. So what was your most memorable moment, on the court at Bama? Giving the fans like a behind the scenes play by play.
Oh man, I think it was when we beat Stanford, man.
Yeah.
Going into that game, going into that game,
Your
I would
swag was on
say,
1,000. Your
uh,
swag was on 1,000
man, I
too.
was,
I remember that. Yeah.
yeah, man. We went into that game because I mean, you got to say, man. I'll say even before we got into that game, I'll say probably the last 4 games of the regular season,
Yeah.
man. We like 15 to 15. We like 500.
Mm.
And man, we'll win one, lose three, win two. We were just kind of so up and down, man.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where Coach Goffrey was like, man, I don't know what else to do. Like, man, y'all just go out there and play. Scratch the offense, scratch this, scratch. Just go out there. Y'all thinking too much. Y'all, this just go.
Yeah.
He say this now. We on the road against number 4 Mississippi State. Mississippi State was number 4
top
at that time.
top 5 in the
And you know
country,
how
you
hard
say
it is
that.
to play it. On the road. And you know how
On
hard it is
the
to play at
road.
Starkville.
Right.
He say this. So we like, we look at each other. We like, man, let's just go out here and hoop and see what
Yeah.
happens. Go out and hoop. Man, we go out there and go crazy. I had the best game I had. I had like 33 and 10. We go crazy.
Yeah.
So we win. We end up winning.
Yeah.
We end up beating them. Boom. So we like, all right, man. We gotta keep it going. We go on the road next, probably 2 nights later in Arbor on the road.
Of course. Right.
Man, it's another one of them games. Like, dang. All right, we go out there. We throwing blows back and forth, back and forth. Boom,
Right.
we start going out. And again, I think I had 29 and 7 in that game.
Ooh,
We
yeah.
ended up winning that game.
Yeah.
Boom. Then we had the last 2 we had at home. I think we had Ole Miss and somebody else. We end up so we can go 4 in a row to close the season. So now we like 20-14. So
Yeah.
now because we weren't even going to be in a tournament at the rate we was going.
Right.
So we
Right.
like, oh shoot, we got a couple good. We got some strong wins toward the end. We probably
Right.
got a chance right here.
Right.
So we're going into the SEC championship, SEC tournament. I mean, we play. I forgot who we played the first round, but we end up going. We're going to the semifinal. We lost to Florida. But it wasn't. I forgot the kid name. He hit a 3 over the top of the backboard to beat us at the buzzer.
Who
So
was
it? We take them to the wire. The team with Brewer and Noah and all.
Parson, and all them. Was Parson on that team?
No, it was before him. They had
Corey Brewer. What's that point guard name that was solid?
Yeah. They had Anthony Roberson.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had Al Horford. They had Al Horford, Joe Kim Noah.
Yeah.
They had all them.
Yeah.
So we lose. So we lose to them. So we get a bid. We get a bid to go to the tournament. So I think we was like the 8th seed or something like that. So we play Southern Illinois the first game.
Yeah.
Back and forth all game. Pittway ended up hitting a layup down the stretch. Came through the lane, drove and hit a layup, and put us up, and we end up winning that game. So now we got Stanford.
Right. That's when they had Josh Childress, right?
So Josh Childress, they had Josh Childress, the big twins, and all of them. So, but I remember before the game, I mean, like the little pregame, like the days before at practice, I do like a little interview. They like, what you think about them, and basically they was almost kind of like,
y'all had a good run.
Kind of like not insulting, but like it's over. Like why, y'all play whatever, it's over. Like it's so many words that they were trying to say. Y'all ain't got a chance there with. So they asked me about Josh Childress. I'm like, I seen him play. He's a good player, but he got skills and I got skills.
Right, straight up, facts, yeah.
So we get out there. We got that player. So we get out there. We get out there and play him. We back and forth. First about 10 minutes of the half. We back and forth. But we feeling like, we can play with these dudes. They bigger than us, but we longer. We cool.
Right.
But we can play with these dudes. So we going to half down, maybe 6, something like that.
Yeah.
Start of the second half, man, we go in an unbelievable slump. Man, we go like 0 for 20, like literally. like, bro, we could. I'm talking, man, we couldn't make a shot, bro. We go down 20. We go down 22, I want to say.
Yeah. So
I'm like, man, this crazy. I'm like, well, they finna, everybody think they gonna pull away from.
Right.
I never forget it. Man, I hit a 3 at the top of the key, but the 3 was so funny. It wasn't a swisher. It hit the back of. You ever see one of the shot where it hit the back of the rim and it just does.
Yeah, it down the rim. It down the rim.
Okay. It down the rim and it just fell in.
Yeah.
After that, man, we made everything. Then we started to come back. We cut the lead to 15. Cut the lead to 10. I think we got it to 8. I fouled Josh Childress out on the drive. Now they team fall apart.
Yeah.
Boom. So we done walked them all the way down. We done took the lead.
Yeah. That's crazy.
And we beat them guys, man. It was just so gratifying, man. Like, because nobody in the world gave us a chance to win that game.
Right.
And it was, man. We was all on Sports Illustrated, man. We was on the cover of Sports Illustrated and everything.
Y'all lit. Was lit.
It was crazy, bro. Man, it was crazy.
Yeah.
That was a crazy. Then we ended up. Then there's that Sweet 16. We went and beat Syracuse. They were defending champions from the year before. We go beat them. And then we ran into UConn. They was just too tough. They ended up winning the championship.
Yeah.
We can say we lost to the champions. Yeah, they had, man, them dudes, man, they had 10 lottery picks on the team, bro.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
They had 10 guys that went in the lottery.
Yeah, they have no weak link nowhere.
And 2 of them went in the top 3. No, they were strong all the way around the team.
He said 2 on with top 3. 2 on with top 3. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah. America Oakford went number 1.
What's dude the Braves?
Went 2, and Ben Gordon went 3.
Oh, Gordon. Yeah. Ooh, yeah, Gordon.
Okafor. Yeah, and Ben Gordon. Ooh, yeah, they went 2 and 3.
Gordon was nice. He was nice.
They was too they blowed everybody out, man. They was
Right,
too tough.
right. So talk about that, bro. I know like that run y'all went on. Like you said, y'all started off at a point in the season with 15-15, then y'all went on that run, then y'all went on that run in the tournament. Talk about like how special that run was and how great that was for the Alabama program within itself, bro.
Man, it was great. It was like, man, it was one of those things where you found out what kind of team you were. You know what I
Mm,
mean? It was kind of
yeah,
like we know, playing against each other, playing pickup ball. We got talent. We know we're a good team, but
right,
you really got to get out there and prove it, man. And it was one of them times where we was in a situation where we could have just gave up and packed it in.
right.
And said, all right, we can come back next year. But everybody from the head coach to the last
Mm.
player on the bench to the trainer to everybody, the grad assistants, the managers,
Everybody
everybody
was bought
dove
in.
down deep and gave some extra. Yeah, everybody just gave some extra, man,
Mm.
and it paid off. We went to today. That's the furthest Alabama ever went in the tournament.
Facts.
With a team that coming into the season supposed to have been a rebuilding year. You
Mm.
know what I mean? So it
Yeah,
showed you got to have all the talent on paper to win. You know what I
right.
mean? So
It's just about everybody
that
finding what
was
they
them teams
niche
out
is on
there.
the team and just buy in and do it to the highest level they can
Yep,
within their niche.
yep,
Yeah. So that's dope, bro. That's dope. So with you playing
yep,
at the
no
highest
doubt.
level overseas and you having a 10+ year career, over there, and you was a top player coming out of college, what advice would you give to the college guys, making that transition from college to the pros?
Um, Best advice I can give, man, is kind of just stay true to yourself. Stay true to what got you there. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Don't get outside of you there at that point or have the opportunity for a reason.
right.
So, just stay consistent in what you're doing. Listen, you know what I mean? You don't know
Mm,
everything.
facts.
Looking back, I wish a lot of stuff I would have listened to. You
Right.
don't know everything at 18, 19 years old. You
Right.
got a whole life. You so much stuff
Facts.
in hit you that you have no idea. You know what I
Right.
mean? But
Yeah.
your perseverance, you know what I mean, your belief, don't lose your confidence and your belief in
Mm.
yourself, you know what I mean, and stick with that, man, and it'll take you a long way. I promise you it'll take you a long way.
Mm. That's dope, bro. That's dope. So let me ask you this, bro. So what advice would you give, like you was talking about, 18, 19, Kennedy Winston. So what advice would you give to a young Kennedy Winston that's going to be watching this, either when it first uploads a year from now, even 5 years from now? What advice would you give to a young Kane Winston?
Um, Kind of similar to what I said. I know at that time, looking back on it, uh, I listened, but I was too open. You know what I mean? I was
Mm.
too open to because everybody don't have your best interest.
Facts.
First you got to understand that.
Right.
You know, most people want to get something from you. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Or see
Right.
they can get something from you.
Facts.
So most people don't have your best interest. So try to keep your circle. You know what I mean? Small as possible, close knit as possible,
Right.
and the people that been there with you. If you want to take somebody to fight, take the people advice you know. Because
Right.
if all else fails, you still got to live life. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So,
Yep.
you know what I mean? If this basketball thing don't work out, at least I got people I still know I can. That they love me as a person. It ain't just about Kennedy Winston, the
They
basketball
love you
player,
for you.
because Kennedy Winston, the basketball player, gonna stop one day. Yeah,
Facts.
he not gonna exist one day.
Right.
So I'm still Kennedy Winston, the person. You know what I mean?
Right.
So keep keep that in mind. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Because also too, if you get a early. I've seen a lot of players when they get that early success like that, they forget about that. They forget about the people that helped them along, along
Right.
the way,
Yep.
and they get outside themselves, and
Mm-hmm.
it takes some situation to bring them back down to earth. You know what I mean? Stay humble. You know what I mean? Always humble. Like I said, you don't know everything. You got a lot to learn. I'm still learning to this day. I'm
Right.
30,
Fact.
37. I'm
Yeah.
still
Right.
learning. A
Right.
lot I
Right.
still don't know. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So, man, you're gonna be constantly learning, man. Just feel like they never feel you above anything. You know
Mm.
what I mean?
Yeah.
It's stay humble in all aspects.
Right. That's dope, man. And like you said, man, you never stop learning. You either growing or you dying and no in between. So if you feel like you're a ride, that's when
Right.
you lose. And what you talking about, like everything, giving that wisdom. I always talk about a smart man learn from his own mistakes, a wise man learn from mistakes of others. So, with you giving that game and the experience that you've been through, I definitely hope, the youngins, take that information and take stride with it, because I know, like, just like you said, 18, 19, you don't know everything. And I see athletes say it all the time when they be posting on social media, like you was talking about with adversity. It got to be something that bring them back down to see like who the real ones is. But I always see the athletes on social media talk about, I see who my real ones are. Nah, God was trying to show you
Yeah.
that in the beginning, but you didn't got that quick success. You can't
You
see the
didn't want to see
distractions.
it.
You
Yeah,
can't
you
see
didn't.
it.
You was blinded to it.
Right. So you got to get humble. He got to humble you so that he can show you what's real and what's not. When the real was there the whole time, you just couldn't
That's
see
right.
it. You know what I mean? So that dope, bro.
That's
So
right.
before we start wrapping things up, bro, I want to do this. So I'm going to say a word or phrase. All right, and whatever come to mind based on the word or phrase I say, I want you to say it like right on top of your head.
Okay.
All right, first one, Pritchard, Alabama.
Kennedy Winston.
Oh, that's a first. Okay, Maddie Thomas Blunt High School.
Lefties.
Adversity.
Perseverance.
The Elite Eight run at Bama.
Greatness.
Your pro career.
Satisfying.
The University of Alabama.
Roll Tide.
Oh, dope, bro. So let the people know your social media handle, man, so they can stay in contact with you and continue to follow your journey.
You can always catch me on Facebook and Instagram. The most, my Facebook is Kennedy Winston, my name. My Instagram is Mr_Winston_3. So make sure you got that Mr_Winston_3, because there's a lot of fake pages out there. Because I had a couple
Right.
pages that got hacked and all that stuff. So you
Right.
could possibly be talking to somebody that ain't me, that trying to scam you or something. So it ain't me. So make sure you get So yeah, you get man. Yeah, anybody can feel free to DM me or, messenger or whatever, man. I'm always on there.
Okay, dope, bro. I'm gonna have my intern Taylor. She go put all the information up under you while you saying it. So we gonna make that happen.
All right.
So dope, bro. So that's another episode of Locker Room Talk with Coop. Make sure you guys like, comment, share this video. Somebody y'all think will enjoy it, and also, man, hit those red letters that say subscribe for your boy. If you're enjoying the show, and K Winston family, I appreciate you coming on.
All good, brother. Appreciate that.
Yes, sir.